Tibetan gong. Do you remember we recorded the Tibetan monks?
I barely remember when we recorded that. I kind of, it was
No, Joel was actually, he came along and he was like umming along to it.
Yeah, for about 4 minutes or so, and
Yeah,
then
he just passed
that's
out.
all I remembered. It was so potent, I just keeled over.
Yes, we were in this monastery and we recorded these Tibetan monks and all history of the Tibetan monks and
But I remember you gave me a copy of that on a CD.
I still
and
have
I had a
that
real good
somewhere.
stereo back then, you know, with my like a studio quality.
The oral transgressions.
And I put it on one evening, and then I went out to the bathroom. When I came back, all my pets, you know, 2 cats and 2 dogs, just sat in front of the speakers and listened to them. That was the only time they ever noticed that. You know, it was magic, really. All the cats and dogs sitting there. Mm-hmm. So we're back. We're not in the monastery anymore.
Yes,
now.
we're out of the monastery now.
Well, you know, I came home one night. You know, I came home and we had these recordings, and I was upstairs in this little room in the gardener's house of the castle, and I was mixing, and I added some, you know, just for the fun of it, I added some symphonic orchestra to it.
Whoa!
And it sounded just out of world.
Yes, I can imagine. Outer
And
worldly is definitely.
And so
what it
all
would
of a
be.
sudden, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, I look up because something moved in front of me, and there was a big channel rat as big as a wiener dog, right, sitting on my speaker.
Yeah.
I was having my headphones on, but this rat looked at me because it was attracted by this music that I heard, you know, over my headphones. Like Uwe's pets. So it was sitting on these, it was magic to actually animals react totally on the stuff. And so it was sitting on the top of the speaker, and I felt like my heart's gonna stop just because it was so unexpected. So I fell backwards with my chair and ripped the headphones off, and my heart was pumping, and I got up, and all I had in my mind, kill, right? So I got a big stick, and I ran after this big rat, which went screaming through my room on my bookshelf, and, you know, everything fell down. And I just, after this thing with the stick, and it ran out of the door that was, you know, a little bit open, and behind, in the bathroom, there was a washing machine, and behind there was a hole, that's where it came in, and it ran out there, and I would stand there, like morning at 4 o'clock, you know, after all these monks and stuff.
Yeah, but
And then next day I saw Philip, you know, that we recorded with, and he had a high fever that night because that music, you know, we were sitting, but maybe that was the rotten yuck butter. You know, that could be too, yeah. That we had in the tea and all that. Okay, that was, I don't know. This is a Tuesday.
Tuning, yeah,
I think
tuning.
tuning is pretty important, you know, for a show like this.
Old Tibetan folk song.
tuning.
Is your drums in tune?
Highly doubtful.
Huh?
I highly doubt
You really what?
it. I doubt it.
He doubts it.
Doubt is a great word, isn't it? Doubt.
No.
Doubt. What a sound.
Doubt.
It's like doubter,
Doubt. Yeah.
you know, like when you have a son and a doubter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Minnesota.
No.
He's a doubter.
Coal miner's doubter.
My dogs is crazy after these cicada shells.
Cicada.
Cicada shit.
Cicada.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cicada shells. Goes crazy about it.
Have you ever eaten
I have not eaten one. They're good.
one? Yeah. Put them on the cook show. Yeah. How often did they say it's gonna come? 7 or 8 years?
Jens, there you are.
So my guitar's in tune now.
Are you sure?
You have to leave the room to tune.
Well, see, that's the difference between banjos and guitars. You don't have to tune guitars. They come factory tuned, and all you have to do put a little super glue in your tuning machines. And that's it for the life of the guitar.
I know, that's what you always done.
You know, and I only keep my guitars for about 3 weeks usually, and then it's, you know,
Trade them in when they go out of tune?
trade them in with something when they or break a string or something like that.
Tires on a vehicle. You don't replace tires. You just get another vehicle.
Never did.
And keep the tires.
But it's like you know, Robert once told me that when Maynard got a brand new truck,
Oh, yeah.
and Maynard, after about
A year or so.
a year
it was
or
more
so,
than
he
a
came
year.
in and said, you know, my car's making a funky noise. Robert, can you look at it? And
It was rattling.
I was rattling and doing all sorts of funky stuff, you know. And Robert looked at it and he said, Maynard, did you ever put oil in this? And Maynard said, what? Do I have to put oil in this? So the thing was dry. Yeah,
That's not funny.
Now.
talk to Hilda. She says hello to everybody.
Okay.
So the first one's going to be in D, right? That's why I already have the cape on the second fret. So
Bring up.
along. Tonight are going to be D,
Yes.
and then A minor, and
Yes.
then G, D, D again, G, E, and then maybe G. We'll see if we got time for that.
There's a maybe G in the
And
end.
maybe
What's
G.
the number in the color of the show?
The number of the show is 104.
And the color is blue.
Color is what?
Blue. It's like Sesame Street.
Oh,
Today's color is...
And then we have to also have Sesame Street. We go like,
So we also have to have a letter of the day, too.
Sachter.
Yeah.
That was Swiss German for 16. Or I have to say, 104. That was Swiss German for 104. Wasn't that in Sesame Street? They would do
That
with
was,
numbers and things in different languages.
Yes, and then letters. Well, they didn't do the different
no,
languages.
that was the Sendung with a mouse.
I don't know.
Are we ready to play something? I mean, Joel, can you play a bass note quickly? See if we have where we are. Oh yeah, I can hear you. That's good.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
that's why I
it's time to start our show.
You think so?
Absolutely.
All right,
yeah.
let's do it. Okay, let's try it. Let's do it.
Coming to you from beautiful Wilkes County in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we invite you to the musical world of the Kruger brothers. Sit back, relax, and welcome to the show with your hosts, the Kruger brothers.
Everybody, we're back.
Here
It's
we
Saturday
are.
night, and Jody is still with us here playing, and I wonder why sometimes.
I have to ask you guys the same question.
No, it's just great to play. You know, when we rehearse for the shows, or we come here in here, you know, and Jody then usually comes running from work, or he's from off the lawnmower, or you know, or just
Straight
getting,
in from Texas.
just
like
or
last
just
week.
coming home from killing chicken.
Yeah.
And so he just comes in, and we're already playing, And so he runs to his drums and he immediately starts playing. I mean, before he says anything, he's already playing.
And he doesn't even know what song we're playing.
No, he's just getting his, while he's getting the sticks on the side, he's already doing the bass drum, you know.
Yeah.
And so I love that. It's fantastic. Well, we're glad you're here with us again. Tonight we have a fun program. I really like these songs that we got on the list tonight. And the first one, Dig a Little Deeper in the Well, is a song that we learned from Doc Watson. I mean,
he had a live record out, Life and Pickin' with Merle. I think Doc never really liked the record too much because I don't know. He never liked it. So they never reissued it as a CD back in the 80s.
Yeah, they all played with pickups. And it sounded very stringy and Barkus Berry-like, over amplifiers. And he had a lot of little bum notes in there.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, we didn't notice. We just thought that was just the greatest album.
What we're going to do is we're going to do a song as close as possible to Doc's, but without a second guitar, but with a lot of other bum notes.
All the other bum notes. Yes. All the bum notes that he didn't play.
Oh, okay. Let's
Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. My daddy used to tell me, don't be fooled by the things that you see. And if you want to get to the heart of things, be careful where you drink. Second place don't get it, son. You gotta come in first. There's nothing worse than taking a drink that leaves you with a thirst. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. A little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. A good man needs a good woman. She's the rock that'll make him strong. And she'll be there to lean on when the whole world done him wrong. Ain't nothing like good loving. That's how it was meant to be. Find yourself a good woman like your mama's been to me. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. What you make it, and sometimes it's a living hell. And if you want to get to the bottom of the things, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well. If you want to have a cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well.
Forgot to take off my glasses. It's funny. I see you actually.
It's not good. It's not a good
No, take them off. Oh. Yeah, we tried the Oak Ridge Boys version of this tune.
No, that didn't work.
That didn't
well,
work out
'cause
at
I
all.
They
can't-
come in
I can't
cascaded,
sing
right?
that. Yeah, I can't do that, guy. And my beard's not long enough.
Actually, Jody can sing that low with an octavider.
He plays it with a bass drum. There's a little tune that we put together for the Ogden thing. You know, our regular watchers and listeners, they know this tune. It's this. It's always one more train to ride.
It started off as a Johnny Cash song.
Oh yes. There's always one more train to ride. Always one more thing to hide. Yeah, but it just didn't work out like that. Jens didn't like that.
No.
So
No, it was good. It was just.
it was not
wasn't
good
right.
enough.
No, it was just. It wasn't you.
Yeah. So we got to crawl along with this, but this is a really nice song because it really fits the time. You know, we all got to dig in and just keep on going all the time, right? And that's what the song is basically all about. There's always one more train to ride. Always one more sin to hide. Always one more pain to fight. And I just keep moving on. Always one more game to lose. Always one more side to choose. Always one more shot of booze. And I just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. There's always one more mother's side. Always one more man to die. Always one more tear to cry. And I just keep moving on. Always one more step to make. Always one more back to break. Always one more loss to take. And I just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. Always one more page to turn. Always one more bridge to burn. There's always one more thing to learn. And I just keep moving on. And there's always one more sad goodbye. Always one more reason why. Always one more dirty lie. And I just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. I can't forget the things I'd done, or stop the quest for right or wrong. With my blues humming right along, and I just keep moving on. There's always someone left behind, always one more truth to find, always one more tie to bind, and I just keep moving on. Always one more thing to do, just one more shade of blue, but there'll never be another you. So I just keep moving on, just keep moving on, just keep moving on. Play it one more time. Just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. One more train to ride.
I like these words. Really, Uwe. This song could go on for the entire show.
It's got a nice flow to it, I think.
It really does. And Jody, Jody said Joel was great.
We have to record this thing.
Yes, we did.
Yep, we do. That's still on the docket to do.
See, I would love to hear a steel guitar on this or something like that.
You know, it's so funny. Uwe said here the other day, we said, all year we didn't record an album, you know, because we usually record an album or we do something, and all year we didn't. We said, how come we didn't record an album? We looked at each other and said, oh, we recorded over 100 music shows, over 100 hours of music. You know? So yeah, we felt forgiven.
But you know, I was also thinking, Jens, maybe in the summer we can do maybe 3 weeks or so where we just play repeats and see if we can just get an album ready again for the next season or something.
Actually, we're still working on the album with Walter and Peter Kaiser from Switzerland. Because we did the tracks and we just got to do a few overdubs and fix it up and.
It's going to be a lot of work, yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just one day.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of work.
Okay, Scotty. How long will it take? Oh, Jim. It takes 30 minutes.
Well, right, Scotty. I need it in 12.
Our dad, he liked Dixieland jazz music, and he bought various albums also from English. Players like Mr. Eckerbilk, and he had Chris Barber from Germany, and he had George Lewis, of course.
Chris Barber was from England, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
he was. Yes, he was. I'm sorry. They're the Dutch swing college band.
Yeah.
But we had.
They were from Bosnia, I think, the Dutch swing college band.
That could very well be.
We're immigrants from Bosnia too. I know. But But he had Louis Armstrong and a lot of, George Lewis. And George Lewis, I think, was his favorite. And we were the first ones in our apartment building that actually had a real stereo,
A loud stereo.
And he bought extra speakers and a real amplifier. And then Sunday morning, there was always the same ritual. He would come down and he would open a fish can, one of these tomato fish cans. And he always wore a white shirt on Sunday. And every time, you hear him cuss him out of the kitchen because some splatter of tomato went onto his shirt, And then he opened a bottle of beer for breakfast, And then he would go into the living room and he would put George Lewis on, and he wasn't happy until everybody was banging against the doors, and then he was happy.
Maybe that was the reason we moved every couple of years.
He was really happy then, because, but here's a calm one of the George Lewis albums.
Well, we don't know who did your original. But yes, you went to Basin Street, right?
Yes.
On your 50th birthday?
Yeah. I went to the Absent House. It was a big mistake.
You actually remember that trip, huh?
Yes, I found this one.
That's nice, pretty. I can't keep up with that. Look bad over. Okay, let me try another one.
Hurt me.
It's hurt already. Come on, Joel, play another one. Please, Joel. Well, you studied that stuff, Joel, you know. Let's play one more. Okay, let's play one double time for me.
Thank you so much.
Where's my
I don't know if this was really necessary, but we had fun.
That was
And
fun.
Joel, I like that bass solo.
Thank you. Yes, it had a couple of good notes in it.
There were a few. There were actually
Give you a
a
missing notes.
number of good notes.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to count them anymore, which is a good sign.
That's always a good sign.
Oh, Basin Street Blues.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to mix. Should I take the guitar? Is it sound loud enough here?
Oh yeah.
Well, compared to the banjo,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of hard to say. But
Definitely.
really, compared to what, you know?
As you all know, Jens is my favorite guitar player.
That's not true.
It is. I mean, how do you know?
Mark Knopfler is your favorite.
No, he's
He's my favorite.
I know he's Jody's favorite.
And Tommy Emmanuel comes in pretty close too. I mean,
You guys are attacking first.
Difference between Mark Knopfler and Jens is here. You know?
And I'm dangerous.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Here we go. Carolina. There's a cabin in the pines in the hills of Carolina, and a blue-eyed girl is waiting there for me. I'll be going back someday, and from her never stray, and my cabin in the hills of Carolina. Oh, my cabin in the shadow of the pines, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Carolina. Someday she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life in
in my cabin in the hills of Caroline. I'm a-packing my grip for that long, long trip back to the hills of Caroline. I'm gonna see that blue-eyed girl, and she's the sweetest in the world. And my cabin in the hills of Caroline. My cabin in the shadow of the pines, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Caroline. Someday she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life in my cabin in the hills of Caroline. Late at night and the stars shining bright, and the whippoorwill is calling from the hill. I will tell her of my love greater than the stars above, and I'll love her now, and I know I always will. Oh, my cabin in the shadow of the pines, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Caroline. Someday she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life in my cabin in the hills of Caroline. In my cabin in the hills of Caroline. Cabin in the hills. Always like that version.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
'cause I never heard Doc do this, but if he'd done it,
That would have been
could have been
close.
sort of like that kind of
Yep.
vein where he would
you
go
know
with
that
it.
T. Michael Coleman played a lot of that finger picking.
I know,
guitar,
yes, yes.
You know, on the recordings. Actually, he done a lot of these finger picking guitars. I didn't know that.
T. Michael has a nice Facebook channel too,
T. Michael.
where he puts some of his music
it's
on there,
his
Doc music.
breakfast pickings and all that, and
It's a great.
well, he's a great videographer, so he's
yeah.
able to really put some fantastic stuff up there.
What do we have on the list now?
An old one.
Something wild?
Banagher.
Oh no, really?
Yes, we do.
Oh shoot.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Calling Banagher.
We had a good friend who lived in the middle of Ireland, and his name was Joachim Hein. He lived in a place called Coolfin House, which was like a retro-built, little castle that he bought very inexpensively, out in the boonies, outside of the little town called Banagher.
Banagher's right up on the Shannon. And that house was actually, I think, built originally as a hunting castle for Edward V or something like that, and then some crazy eccentric millionaire bought it, started working
Actually,
on it.
An author, yes, and he built a
crazy stuff.
maze of concrete around it, on the side, which was really
it was
very
supposed to be like
scary
stables
looking.
and
It was
all
never
that, yeah.
done. It was the unfinished project. It was like a Taj Mahal of his, But I think he still lives there, somehow as a ghost. We had
Probably.
all kinds of experiences in that house. Anyway, maybe
Jody, you want to give us the intro to this? Jens wrote a little Irish tune.
yeah, that sounds like Irish, but it's not Irish.
No.
But it's not really Irish. There's too much Bach in it, I guess. was different.
That was like a southern version of
That was
this.
the southern version. That was the relaxed version.
That was a little slower.
Yeah, I know. When you started off, I tried to intervene. No.
Maybe I had too many volumes.
No, it's okay. It's
Too
just
much
one
chicken.
relaxed day. I thought it was a nice version.
That was
It
actually a good. I
different, it was
liked that
different.
tempo. That
Yeah,
was,
that was
not so
actually really
hectic.
nice. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Jody. It gave me a new way of looking at the
Perspective,
tune. Yes, then we can play it again. And
Nobody will
October.
recognize it.
Actually, we recorded it with Walter and Peter. It's like. No, that's not quite that fast, but it's quite fast.
Pretty close,
And
yeah.
actually, we didn't want to then record it with them because it was too fast. Afterwards, listeners, this is what did we have for breakfast that day? But Walter said, I like it, I want it on there. So, all good. Anyway,
We're gonna do it as a waltz.
now
soon.
now that is done.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a
And we
little.
can't take it back, right?
No, can't take it back. This thing.
It's out there.
Let me sing the song. It's a.
Yes, I'll let you.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a beautiful song, and I wish I could do it a little bit more justice. But it's one of the old standards, I think.
Speaks true words.
It's a waltz, right?
It's a waltz.
I think I'm going to start it off, right?
Yeah. I was a rover on land and on sea until a good woman's love made a new man of me. Life had no meaning, it was all incomplete until a good woman's love, it put me back on my feet. Instead of romance, I go home in the evenings, she is waiting. And no matter what happens, I know she'll always care. And when the night falls and the moon shines above, I'm a man with a dream and a good woman's love. Instead of romance, I go home in the evening, she is waiting there. And no matter what happens, I know that she'll always care. And when the night falls and the moon shines above, I'm a man with a dream and a good woman's love. I'm a man with a dream and a good woman's love.
Yeah.
That was the first. That was my first
First sneeze in 104 shows.
In 104 shows. Was it? I think it was.
Well,
We should celebrate it.
Oh, these these pollens out there.
Well, we got time for about 2 more tunes.
Tunes.
Tunes? One more, huh?
one more.
When we started playing again, I was sitting around and thinking I would like to come up with something, for the album that we just, we're planning to do. And so I came up with a little piece called Pacific Morning. It was a whole thing, like...
You sure you want to do that?
No, not the whole thing, but the end of the end of that thing. It's like a little concerto, but the end of that was a fiery little piece, that we started to use as the end of our shows, right? And Jody likes to play it because then he gets to play loud. No, you don't. I thought you like it.
I do.
Well, Jens,
There's two sets of things.
we have Corrina first. Did you see that from where you're
We only
sitting?
have time for one more.
Okay, let's do Corrina. I'm sorry.
Because I think
didn't
if
see
we
that.
squeeze that in, then we can.
No. Corrina.
Yeah.
You're right.
Pacific Corina.
Okay, Pacific Morning not.
My guitar is made of Corina wood. I always thought it was a song about one of these little flutes. Because it says
That's
Ocarina.
That's Ocarina.
Yeah, Ocarina.
Ocarina.
It would be great to have Ocarina song in there. Okay. Listen, folks. No, not folks. That's bad. It's like videos that start off with like, what's up? What's up? I don't really. No. Friends, listen. Thank you so much for listening to us, being with us on this weekend again, helping us, still supporting us. We still need it. Unfortunately, we don't want to, be a burden on you guys, but we still need it because we only have, 4 or 5 shows really actually lined up for the rest of the year, and but hopefully it's going to be more, and then we don't need to ask you all the time for your support, but we're thankful.
Don't forget tomorrow, Food Notes is a very simple recipe. Tomorrow I'm going to fix currywurst. by the original currywursts, by the Wursts.
Yes.
Our band,
Beat
Krot Rock
the
Band.
worsts.
Okay. Berlin street food.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Corrina.
Oh, Corrina, where have you been so long? Corrina, where have you been so long? I ain't had no love there since you've been gone. Oh, I love Corrina, I tell the world that I do. I love Corrina, tell the world that I do. But she never cares about me or everything I do. Oh, Corrina, where have you been so long? Corrina, where have you been so long? I ain't had no loving since you've been gone. I need Corrina, tell the world that I do. I need Corrina, tell the world I do. Well, I love her, I hope she loves me too. Oh, Corrina, where have you been so long? Corrina, where have you been so long? Ain't had no loving since you've been gone.
last night? Corrina, Corrina, where did you stay last night? When you come home this morning, sun was shining bright. Corrina, Corrina, where have you been so long? Corrina, Corrina, where have you been so long? I ain't had no lovin' since you've been gone. I ain't had no lovin' since you've been gone. I ain't had no lovin' since you've been gone.
I forgot we're playing an E.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Joel.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Melissa. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You all take care. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from Double Time Recording Studio in Wilkes County, North Carolina, thank you for watching and all your continued support. Please make sure and comment on how much you enjoyed the show and share it with your friends. Join us next time for another edition of The Musical World of the Kruger Brothers.